Hey, so I just wanted to talk a little bit with everyone about how to manage when if you feel like you have a really crazy busy day, or like for me, the last year, my Mondays with my schedule are like nuts. And, hey, Cynthia, hey, Heather. When I first started doing readings, I actually had worked so much nights and weekends and really didn't know if that would ever change. And after, of course, Corona and a lot of people having more flexibility with their hours, I ended up working more of what I would call like a 9 to 5 job as a psychic. And it's been a good change for me as I am a mom now and can be present for things that kids do on nights and weekends. But the interesting thing I noticed that I was not prepared for is that my Mondays, I am slammed. So what that means is that I have to prepare myself energetically for that. And I also don't overload the day. So even sometimes when one thing is, if you wanted to grow psychically and you want to expand psychically, if you want to maintain your health and your mental and emotional equilibrium, you're probably not going to work a 40 or 50-hour week. So I recommend people who go into healing work. I can't speak on like massage therapy and those modalities I'm not familiar with, but if you wanted to do more of like this kind of work for others and be processing the energy of other people, and especially mediums, you're taking in a lot of energy. So like I'm reading you, I'm picking up the energy of your family, your friends, spirits. So now you're kind of, as a psychic, doing maybe like 20 readings in one or 60, or depending on how many people and their generational messages are coming in. So one thing that is very simple that you can do, and also if you're sensitive to public places, because empaths and people who are spiritual, who society would say like have anxiety, like sometimes the anxiety may not be self-induced, for example. So if a psychic or empath goes into a crowd, they might not like that feeling. And the reason is because they're picking up on all these energies of other people, and it kind of like actually physically goes into your space. And I had a really great coach and mentor about 25 years ago when I got really into this work. And she said that for empaths, it could actually be physically painful to be in those situations sometimes. And I've noticed over time that to be true. However, through doing lots of meditations and just gauging my energy and working with crystals, I really find that that's grounded me. Now, one thing I would recommend people do is when they have a hard time adjusting to some of these psychic energies around them, and they're home, or they have a quiet moment, I would take a crystal. I actually put it right on my third eye. So today, I had a lot of healing clients, like I literally put the crystal right on my third eye, and I just breathe and sit with it. I just let it work with my energy. I just accept the frequency, healing and energy. And I recommend quartz for this. I took this stone out to show you guys because it's nighttime. So for any of you spiritual people, or just people who have trouble sleeping, blue calcite is really, really great. I started working with it a little bit earlier this year because if I have a stressful period, I notice that I don't sleep as well, and I always try to use something that I have nearby, either a crystal or something I already have in my home that I can maybe use to resolve that. Sometimes a lot of these things we think we need, we might have right next to us. If you don't have a crystal you can use on your third eye, another thing I do, and I used to do this after a lot of events too, is I would actually wash my hands in cold water and put some cold water on my third eye. And that just kind of like brings you psychically back into your body. Sometimes a temperature change for the colder temperature can just like trigger you to get grounded. So it's really, really helpful. And actually sometimes tropical locations and very warm weather can open you up possibly to a point that can or tropical climates, they sometimes rapidly psychically expand. I've even heard stories and known people who their family members have come to these spiritual tropical places and had to leave because it was so overwhelming for them psychically. So obviously we want to grow, but we don't want to overwhelm ourselves either. So a practice like this, where you do use a crystal on your third eye to just make sure that you're in your body and center yourself and come back. Like for me, it takes the energy of everything I was working with. It keeps my boundaries separate from the people I'm working with, because even though a lot of them are very close to me, I still don't want to be, let's say, working on their karmic path, and they shouldn't be working on yours. Like everyone should be in their own energy and responsible for their own energy, and we should connect, but we shouldn't be like pulled, right? So this kind of just like, it puts you back using crystal on your thread. You can use it on your chest too, but when you've had when you feel a strong like spiritual sensation, or you want to work on that, you can use it there. I do like working with quartz a lot. If you want to do a healing like this for yourself and you're able to spend some time with it, if you can leave the crystal for almost an hour, 45 minutes or an hour, that's really like a true crystal healing. This is just like a grounding practice. Like I'm touching the physical earth, I'm grounding. Okay, I'm coming back. Now, I sometimes even put a little pressure too. So I like pushing myself, my third eye, like get back in the body, you know? But another thing one of my mentors had also taught me is to hold something cold. So if you feel like you're really ungrounded, go to your refrigerator and take out a piece of fruit, like an apple, vegetable, and just hold it, and hold that cold item. And that can also bring you back to grounding. So when people talk about a spiritual awakening, and they feel overwhelmed, that's a really fast way to bring you back. So all of these things I'm sharing are things that I've used myself. And I have a comment here. I need this for when I wake up from dreams. They're always intense, and I sometimes don't like how I feel after waking up. Okay, in that sense, what I would do to clear the energy from the dream, if you have the ability to meditate in the morning, do it. But if you don't, I actually in the morning, like I take both hands and I do like a circular motion to just basically put my aura back together. And in yoga, they say that when we go from sleeping to waking, we really don't, like our aura is not really organized well from sleep to waking up, right? Like this is a big transition for us. Like, you know, when you wake up, sometimes it's tough, you know, especially for you moms, it's tough. So, make like a physical, semicircle with each arm. And you kind of in that intention, and it literally just takes like less than a minute. But in doing that for about 30 seconds, that will clear your energy, enough to kind of make your aura say, hey, it's daytime now. Like the dream, like we're not in that energetic now. It's daytime. We're using our limbs a little bit. It's an old yoga practice. It's actually a Kundalini practice. But in a sense, it's not going to raise your Kundalini to a level where you're not able to start your physical routine of the day, but it will raise it out of the dream realm and bring you into the body and into the spine. So I really like to do that as well. I don't know if anybody has a question. This is a very short live because I have a lot of family responsibilities at night now, but I've been trying to just make sure I have the effort to connect to everyone and see, what are these ways that we could check in that maybe don't require us to, let's say, do like a 2-week retreat, or not everybody has time to read a huge book. Like I get that. So I'm just trying to teach things that I know that I do throughout the day now that I have a more full schedule between my family and my work, but that I'm able to do consistently, because the consistency is so key. Every time you go into working with your crystals, working with your meditation, you're basically building on that foundation, and it's like it doesn't go away. Like all the work you did before, it's not like it disappears. So you're just continuing to build and build and build, and you should just know that about yourself and your spiritual development, that as you develop, that consistency is so key. And you're better off doing like 5 minutes a day than going on a retreat once in your life for 2 weeks. In my opinion, you're better off just being really consistent. So I hope everybody has a great night. I'll try to save this for you. I'm still learning all the technology with the lives, but we'll get there. And if anyone has questions or things they want to see future videos on, please let me know. all of this I save and archive and repost, and then my YouTube channel has a lot of things as well. So take care, and oh, thank you, and have a great night.